We're all good.
Fucking run it.
If anyone knows anything about lagging, it's Zach.
Nah, bro. Lagger Vance. That's hilarious.
Lagger Zach. That's what we call you.
Lagger.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Week 14 of Cave Sports Football. I am your host, Proper, joined by Zach, a.k.a. Feel the Burn, and Naro, a.k.a. Legit Naro. And before we begin, if you haven't already, please make your way to our website, k4v3.com/5P0RT5. That's sports, to connect with us. On our website, you can find a link to join our Discord channel so you can join in on the discussion after the episode. Also, a special shout out to our sponsor at SafeLightCandle.com. Visit their website so you can find all of your LED lighting needs, whether it's for your home, office, or studio. SafeLight.com has lights to suit your needs. Visit them now so you can stay lit for the low. Oh, man, here we are. Week 14 of the NFL is here. Man, it's been going by pretty quick. But before we get started on the episode, I just wanted to recap our little episode that we did with Kyle, a.k.a. Chef, where we talked about sports is fake and gay. Now, I know it's a bit of a controversy, and we're all gay for still watching sports because we're all suckers for it. I love sports. Zach, of all people, loves sports. I mean, what do you watch? You watch hockey. He watches hockey, baseball. All that. I watch football, basketball, and I'll go to a baseball game with Zach here and there. But we haven't done that in a while. But yeah, so before we begin, like I said, we talked about how sports is fake and gay, and just judging by the results of this past week, is that something you guys feel like corroborates that claim? Like, do you see any games that kind of say, hey, you know what, that shit didn't look right, you know? Because we talked about cheating in boxing. Boxing, you know, there's boxers who've gone under the radar with cheating, and debatably one of the bigger names like Manny Pacquiao, people like to talk about Pacquiao cheating. Canelo, they don't nickname him Clenello for no reason because he got caught with clenbuterol in his system.
It's a good one.
Yeah, so just going by that, let's just kick it off like that. Let's run through the recap and just talk about what we think could have been a fake game and just like a game pushed by the elites to win. Let's make a little conspiracy for our boy Jerizi right here, because he said the best episode ever. So let's give him a nod and dive on the deep end a little bit for these results. So let's pull it up. Week 13, let's go.
I'll wait. I'll hold this one.
Hey, be careful. You know when you hold it in, you could explode, dude.
You know when you hold it in, you're just gonna sharp.
Man.
Oh, he did.
Yep. There, it started right there.
Oh, right there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to this one. This was probably expected to be game of the. But I'll let you take the lead on that, Zach. Don't worry. But this was supposed to be the game of the week, and I feel like it pretty much was. The Niners showed their dominance, and as we expected before the collision course of the Eagles Cowboys game, we expected that the Niners were going to win this game. But before we get into that, let's bring up the scores. Let's talk about that the games that came before this and recap it. Then, Zach, you can talk about your Niners' dominant win. And I don't know, every time the Eagles lose, Francis isn't here.
Yeah, somebody's missing, man. Every time this happens, it's really unfortunate too.
Oh man! And imagine if you bought him that bet you guys had running and he didn't show up for it.
That we're gonna get to that. I think hopefully next week, unless the Eagles lose again, then he might not be on. But yeah, dude, week 13. I think overall pretty chalk. Steelers had a pretty bad loss against Arizona. That was a game that had like that like weather delay, right?
We got the rain scores down here, by the way. I forgot to tell our viewers. Our scores are down here for week 13. So we're just going to talk about week 13, and you guys can look at the scores down here. But go ahead, Zach. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, that Cardinals-Steelers game had that heavy rain delay. It delayed the game, like an hour or something, 2 hours?
Yeah.
Crazy. Dolphins beat up on the Commanders, obviously. Buccaneers, Panthers, surprisingly close game. Niners, Eagles, you said we'll get to that later. Game of the week actually might have been there were a couple there. Seahawks Cowboys was very, very fun to watch.
Yeah, very close game.
Colts came back. I think Titans were up big in that game. Colts came back and won that one.
Mm-hmm.
Lions were also up big. Saints came back to make it close. But that Broncos Texans game, that was like that last second interception. Broncos had a chance to get that touchdown, and
Russell Wilson throwing a pick at the end zone for a game winner. It sounds familiar, so I wasn't too surprised.
Yeah. And then on Monday we had Jacksonville and Cincy, and that ended up being a good game too.
Yes, it was.
Trevor Lawrence went out in that one.
Yeah.
A lot of people were talking about him and him having to walk off the field. Little fun fact here: those carts are not easily accessible if they're not prepped ahead of time in the stadium. So, I guess he said he wanted to walk it off, but that was probably because they couldn't find a cart in time for him. But that cart situation is a real thing across the NFL. You should probably always have that prep ready to go. But Niners Eagles, man. I'm not as excited to be on here talking about it because we're missing Francis. To be honest with you,
hopefully he's watching. If he's watching, leave a comment or something, Francis. Don't just be a ghost viewer over here. So here's the final score. It's a beatdown of the Eagles, arguably the best team in the league. I know Zach is going to disagree with me on that, but the Eagles, on paper, the best team with obviously their record, but the Niners spoiled that party, especially in Philadelphia, which is crazier. We didn't expect to see 42-19. I mean, I know on the last one I said, you know what, I give the edge to the Eagles because they came off of two good, the wins leading off of that, very, very good wins. But I wasn't surprised that the Niners pulled the victory. I just didn't think it was going to be this much of a margin. But maybe Zach, not surprised here.
So, definitely surprised. I think the bigger surprise for me was putting up 42. Holding the Eagles to 19, I probably could have seen. I think that was more likely than the Niners putting up 42 on the road. But, this, like we were talking about, 6 weeks ago? This offense is completely different when Debo's out there. Trent Williams also helps, too. Keeps Brock upright, being able to, wait for Debo to get open and, even Ayuk, too. It allows more time for Ayuk to set his routes and then, if he has enough time to check down to Kittle's there and McCaffrey's there too. So, Debo makes a big difference in this offense as seen by his 3 touchdowns in that game. But it was just an overall dominant win. Definitely didn't see it coming in that fashion, but I'm happy that it did. The only thing, I think I mentioned this last week, that now it's like, okay, if we have to go back to Philly, that means we would have to beat them twice on their turf, in the span of the calendar year. So, good confidence builder for the Niners going on the road. Kind of, a little bit of payback from last NFC Championship game. You see what this team can be when they're healthy, and now it's just really hoping that this team can stay healthy the rest of the season.
Yeah. No, hey, what's up, Krista? Thanks for dropping in.
What up?
That team is not lost when all of them were healthy on the field.
I like how Zach and I just not said like we knew what the fuck you just said.
That's because we gotta be healthy. I mean, I assume that the record was really good when they're healthy.
I don't know. I feel like I'm lagging against them, but my point is that as long as they have, since Christian McCaffrey has gotten there, as long as all of their normal players are on the field, they have not lost a single game. Whereas other players have, obviously, the Eagles just lost, right? They lost to the Jets too earlier in the season, right? What I'm saying is that as long as that group is together and someone isn't hurt or off the field, the Niners have not lost yet. When that group is together. That home field advantage could be ruined this week. If the Cowboys, kind of step in and mess with the Eagles a little bit again. Now, coming off of a loss, I don't know if the Eagles will let that happen. But it's definitely possible. The Niners could possibly sneak in a first place there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it could happen, and in fantasy, we'll get to fantasy. It's obviously the final week, week 14, but for the NFL, it's not the final week, so there's plenty of time for things to change. But yeah, anything you wanted to talk about more about the Niners-Eagles game between the both of you? I mean, I feel like
Francis was here.
Yeah, I wish Francis was here to kind of give us the Eagles take on this, but hope.
I think if he was here, though, if Francis was
he's here. He's lagging.
I think he's chosen. I think if he was here, he would say something like, "Man, I tried to tell you guys, the Eagles aren't the best team in the NFL. I don't know why Zach was talking about all that. I didn't love it. I didn't love it."
There you go. It sounds like something he'd say right now, anyways. But obviously, he's home taking care of his lady who's sick, so hopefully she feels better.
Feel better for sure. Francis is lady, but I will say he has to what?
He has to wear the costume next week.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So we're definitely gonna get that to him for next week's episode. So I'm gonna definitely order that. So that costume that I had for him, like, it wasn't the full thing, of course, because that's freaking costumes these days. Like, why show the picture of everything on it if it doesn't all come with it? So I gotta buy a couple things separately. But yeah, he's definitely gonna have that, and he'll be wearing that next show. But for the Eagles, I mean, they control their own destiny. So if they win out, everyone's got to go to the link and play there. So they're not dead. None of that crap. They're still defending NFC champs until they're not. Same thing on the AFC. The Chiefs are still the AFC champions until they're not. So they just got a little bit exposed, and the fact that it was on their own turf is kind of a big deal.
I mean, do you think that maybe a loss like this is good for the Eagles right now, this late in the season, to kind of help recalibrate this offense going into the playoffs? Because they're dead set. They're going into the playoffs. There's nothing else stopping them from there. But do you guys think that a big loss like this to a potential contender for the NFC Championship, this is important?
I'll let Naro take on.
Yeah, for sure. I think something like this is going to light a fire under them. And whatever they have to do, whether it's some adjustments, because they've had some pretty close calls throughout the whole year, right? We talked about, they really aren't the Eagles that they were last year, where they were just stomping everybody out, right? So this is kind of a wake-up call when everyone knows that it's more than likely going to be the Niners versus the Eagles to finish out the NFC to take that championship. We've been talking about it all year. Everyone's been talking about it all year. There's only maybe one or two other NFC teams that might be able to kind of sneak in there. But when they go up against an opponent that they know that they are going to have to beat again, that kind of lights a fire under them. Like, okay, we got to fix something. Something's got to start moving, because we can't let this play out like this again.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. So hopefully this is something that gives them the adjustments they need going forward. Hopefully, the Eagles found things in their offense that they was like, okay, we need to fix that so we don't get exposed in a big game, right? But speaking of NFC Championship going forward, we also want to talk about the Chiefs-Packers. The Chiefs, obviously a favorite to come out of the AFC West, but falling to Green Bay in Lambeau. What's your guys' take on this? I mean, I didn't see that happening, but given the struggles the Chiefs have been going through all season, and without the reliability of receivers for Mahomes to throw to, I think that's the biggest weakness of the Chiefs right now. Defense hasn't been that great either, but Mahomes really has no one to throw to. They're very inconsistent, dropping a lot of balls. And Kelsey can't be that blanket forever like Gronkowski was to Tom Brady. Now, given Gronkowski and Tom Brady, they lasted for a while. But what do you guys see here? What's going on with Kansas City, and what is Green Bay doing to take off like one of the top AFC teams right now? It looks like they found their stride, in my opinion. Jordan Love is making plays when they need it.
You gonna go? It's just me.
Go ahead.
I don't think it necessarily was the Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs I think it was more in Green Bay. I think that we're starting to see something that Green Bay is kind of showing light, and we kind of saw it at the beginning of the year. They looked kind of good in the beginning of the year, and then they had a mid-season of a little toughness. Dude, I love it every time. But I think Green Bay is an actually a decent team. They just kind of had to get their footing. But on the other side, I mean, this is just the Kansas City Chiefs that we've seen all year, but they have not been consistent at all, right?
It's like they haven't made any adjustments, right?
Yes, I feel like they're riding on their defense, which everyone knows. Me being a Steelers fan, you can't ride on your defense because it doesn't work out. You play fine, but the issue is yeah. I mean, he doesn't really have any reliable targets other than Kelsey. And they know that, so they're double teaming Kelsey. They're watching Kelsey. They have a spy on Kelsey, right? So they know to keep. Now they have their other tight ends that is kind of starting to show out a little bit, but they need playmakers to make a little bit more of a difference. They need a receiver in there, and I think what's happened is in the past the Kansas City line hasn't always been fantastic. We've always seen it. Patrick, Patty's got to do a little bit of shifting and moving, and that's where he gets all this favoritism love. But I think in the past he's had weapons to kind of dump the ball to, or find the ball, or rely on to get the ball to. Whereas now he doesn't have that, so that's also a big factor as well. Where you don't have the most fantastic line in the world, but now you got to figure out now who's my reliable guy to get the ball to. Like he could just. When he had Tyreek, he could just bomb it down the field. And I know that Juju isn't the most talented receiver in the world, but he's a very reliable receiver. He's got very strong. So he was that suicide guy where you could dump a short pass to, or a 10-yard stop where he would just get smacked as soon as he got it. But as soon as the ball touched Juju, and he was catching the ball. When you saw it, if you watched the game tonight, Juju had a hand in his face. Threw the ball, and he snagged the ball around the hand and held it for like a 40-yard bomb or something like that, right? Have those guys, and I think that's really important.
Yeah, for this game, for me, there was quite a few factors, I would say. Like, we touched on it a little bit going into this. This was Mahomes' first time going into Lambeau in his career. Lambeau is a different place to play, especially in December. During the game, there were a couple of stats that they showed up on the screen. One of them being that in the last 15 December games at Lambeau, going into this one, the Packers were undefeated, 15-0. So you can add 16 to that. When they were comparing Jordan Love to Aaron Rodgers through their first 11 or 12 games as a starter, 11 games as a starter, same record. Same amount of passing yards, exactly the same amount of passing yards, exactly the same amount of touchdowns. And in this game, Love made some throws that I had never seen him make before. Yeah, he was dealing in this game.
Throws, yeah.
And they compared this team, like just stat wise, record wise, or whatever, to that 2011 Packers team. Same record, got hot at the end of the season, carried them through into the playoffs. The difference was, that NFC North, I don't think there was someone that was too far ahead of them like the Lions are this year. So, like, they ended up winning the division. No, they were wild card. They were the 6th seed that year. Got in, ran table, played the Steelers in the Super Bowl. They both were wild cards, right?
No, the Steelers were the number 2 team coming in that year.
Oof.
Oh, were they? Huh.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, so.
Yeah.
Rewind. The Packers were the wild card team, ended up making the wild card 6th seed, last team in the NFC, and ended up going to the Super Bowl. And that was Aaron Rodgers' first full season as a starter, I believe, too.
Yeah.
So there's some interesting parallels going on between these two teams, or between Love and Aaron. But the Chiefs, the Packers defense that year got stronger as the season went on. Packers defense this year came on strong. What they were doing to the Chiefs offense was impressive. Couple controversies though in this game. There was the scramble by Mahomes, and he wasn't fully out of bounds yet, got hit, rested a flag, 2 weeks ago when it happened to Herbert, no flags. Herbert was clearly out of bounds. So let's have some consistency, refs, on that call. I understand the quarterback has to make sure that he gets himself out of bounds. Mahomes was not doing that because he had 2 feet both inbounds. Pass interferences on Hail Marys, like for me, I think I'm one of the few, like that drives me nuts. There's pass interference on every Hail Mary. Call it. Mm-hmm. If it's a rule that you cannot impede a receiver from catching a ball, it should be called regardless of the situation.
Yeah.
And there was a clear one on was it Sky Moore at the end of that game. Mahomes threw it up, pass interference. The defender was all over him, but some were saying that was a make-up call for calling the roughing the passer on Mahomes.
Yeah.
So, this game did have some controversy in it, but at the end of the day, some ticky-tack officiating. At the end of the day, the dub still stands. Shout out to the Packers. They're getting hot at the right time. They've knocked down the Chiefs. That AFC is insane. Like, we were talking about this preseason. Going into the season, AFC was going to be a bloodbath, top to bottom, and we're seeing it now. I think 13 teams are still in this.
You know, it's funny you said that about the officiating, especially on Hail Marys, because I thought I was the only one who would watch Hail Marys and be like, holy shit, that's pass interference. Where's the flag? Yeah. You know, they don't call it. And in the end zone, they're literally grabbing on them. They're jumping over them. And those are PIs, man. But I don't
get it.
I don't get why there's no call. I mean, they're probably saying because it could be a game deciding penalty. But, you know, if you're going to ref, do it right. Yeah, it is.
Well, it's a game deciding play. Like, that's
exactly.
going to happen.
So they need to make those calls. And, you know, how many times have we seen a Hail Mary in the end zone and the receivers are being held down and just bunched over? Those are just blatant pass interferences. I don't know why it's not. Maybe because our refs are busy watching the ball in the air. They're not.
Yeah, because they're doing a Hail Mary so that way like nothing crazy happens and they forget to look at the receivers.
Well, yeah. Well, that's week 13. Like I said, we're getting closer to the end of the season, which is a sad thing, but we got the playoffs to look forward to. And if your team's making the playoffs, congratulations to you. For those that are still in the hunt, good luck to you guys. Yeah. And speaking of playoffs, our fantasy league is taking shape now. It's all forming into the playoff picture. We're going to go ahead and run down our fantasy recap for the Cave Sports League. Join our Discord right there, k4b3.com. Let's go ahead and run down these scores. So I lost to
you did.
Yeah, big domination. I had a lot of, you win some, you lose some, but hey, still 10-3. I lost to Slime Bucket 192. It was supposed to be 100-point win, and then out of nowhere, Keenan Allen just got me points, and that cool. I crossed 100 points. And the following game, Ayukin, very close game against Johnny Lance, 133 to 129. Ayukin just Johnny Lance squeaking by, but it's like I said, it's grind time, and this is where the injuries are kind of starting to hurt us in these late moments of the season where we're trying to scramble for players.
Awful time to have a bye, dude. I had so many players on a bye.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
My quarterback was on a bye. And the one game I decided I have to put Russell Wilson in. He throws 3 interceptions.
You should play him again this week.
Oh, no, I'm putting Josh Allen in.
Okay. Smart. Yeah.
We got CD's Nuts winning over Jarrell's Mask Francis.
He's getting hot, dude.
Yeah, CD's Nuts is almost at a 500 if he wins next season or next game. Sorry, he's really trying to keep that title. Legit Naro, on a tear right now. Legit Naro with the longest win streak at the moment.
Hottest team in the league, bro. Way to go.
I remember when we were starting and like halfway through, Naro was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna be last." Look at you. Who would have thought? Not me.
Not me.
Not me. But Legit Naro defeating Gordon Bombay. I mean, very, very huge win on this one. Probably just as bad as my loss too. But hey, you win some, you lose one. And Crumbling Herb, Nick defeating Hit Squad, PQ 131 to 120. Like I said, it's still taking shape. I mean, I should have checked out
There's
our
only
playoff
one
picture.
Mathematically, yeah. So our entire league still has a chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I actually wrote down the scenarios of what we get to look forward to for this week.
Oh, okay.
So I am proper. If you win, no matter what happens, you get the 1 seed. If you lose, if you lose and Slime wins, he gets the 1 seed. You get the 2. I think either way, you guys are both going to be 1 and 2 with the first round bye. So you guys are sitting pretty. You guys won't have to worry about next week, which is always nice. Crumbling Herb gets the 3 seed with a win, no matter what. Johnny would get the 3 seed with a win and a loss by Crumbling Herb. And then to further that, I didn't go into depth because Crumbling Herb, Johnny, and then CD's Nuts, myself, Naro, and Francis are all 6 and 7. Or the top 2 are 7 and 6 because so if there's some winning and losing, there's gonna be some shuffling for seeds. So to just get in, this is what's gonna happen. This is what has to happen. CD's Nuts gets in with a win, no matter what. I also get in with a win, and that's because of tiebreakers with the points scored. We're pretty far ahead on points scored against the next people.
Right.
Naro, you get in with a win and a loss by either me or Aaron.
Fuck.
Because of how many points you scored. Francis, me and Francis are playing this week, so he gets in with a win and a loss by you. And then PQ sitting there at 5 and 8, he gets in with a win and a loss by me, and he has to outscore Francis by 144 points.
Jesus.
so
they got a tall order, PQ, but hey, we've seen crazy shit happen.
Gordon Bombay is eliminated, unfortunately. See you next year, Gordon. So yeah, PQ has the biggest uphill climb. Naro, you just gotta hope Francis doesn't win. And you win.
Well, no, I gotta beat
Where are you playing? Let's see. You're playing Johnny Lance, yeah.
He screwed up.
Oh,
I gotta beat Johnny Lance.
Hey, you were supposed to lose against Slime, and you beat him, so anything can happen.
Yeah, and you're the hottest team in the league, dude. So if you win, you beat Johnny. That would put Johnny at 7 and 7. You'd be at 7 and 7, and then you would need me to lose because you already outscore me. If Francis loses, you're gonna have to outscore Francis by like 100 something points. So try to simple it down as much as possible. Yeah. Who does Aaron play this week? He's playing Hit Squad.
He's playing PQ, and PQ's already got 14 points on him. These were taken during the Thursday night game, so these aren't the final points so far that PQ and Gordon Bombay have accumulated from the game. But yeah, so looks like they already had one player in play. They're all done. They got 9 to go. So our next week's matchup will start again with CD's Nuts. What's that? CD's Nuts against Hit Squad. Then we got Crumbling Herb facing off with Slime Bucket. That's going to be a big one. Crumbling Herb.
You're starting off hot.
No, I mean Crumbling Herb was like he was starting off pretty good, and like just kind of falling to the roster was kind of falling apart on him, but still in it. I faced Gordon Bombay. I'm supposed to win. We'll see. Like I said, anything can happen. Then Jarrell's Mask and Ayukin on a very close matchup.
Yeah.
Johnny Lance versus legit Naro, where Johnny Lance already has 9 points on him against your 4, but that's not final. But the difficult thing here is Naro already had 2 in play right here. So
yeah.
It's actually
you have a,
but I'm still down.
You have an uphill battle here, but
sure.
Hey, anything can happen. I know we kind of added, I forgot we did 6 teams to the playoffs. Is that what we did?
Yeah, 16 playoffs, and we took away the third wide receiver, and we added a flex. Oh, we added 2 flexes.
Yeah, and shortened the bench.
Yeah, shorten the bench so we could have more active free agency. Which free agency? I mean, even still, like even eliminating that one player, man, like it's still slim pickings out there. I think we've had a pretty active, league. I might be supporting removing one more bench spot out of there.
Oh,
credits to Aaron though. He's doing work in the free agency. He's adding a lot of key players that's helping him gain this. I know we were clowning on. I was like, damn, dude, your team's fucking. And now he's clawed his way back in by showing that this team's not really just about who you draft, but it's also won and lost in a free agency. It's very crucial that you're in there picking up key pieces.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting final week for Arcade Fantasy Football. The title is up for grabs, currently sitting at CD's Nuts house. So we'll see where this is going. I know he's really fighting for it. So now, yeah, man. Do you guys have any input you guys want to put on Fantasy League before we move on to our Week 14 preview?
Lord help me.
You need a Hail Mary.
You just need a loss by me or Aaron, dude. That's it, and then you got to win.
Yeah, I gotta win. That's the tough one.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be pretty crazy. Me and Francis playing each other is big.
Yeah, no, definitely a big matchup there. But yeah, so I'm excited to see how this playoff picture rolls out for us. It's been a great experience in our second season for Cave Fantasy Football. A great one.
Yep.
I had fun with it. So no matter what happens with it, I had fun. If you don't win, that's the name of the game. At least we'll see what happens next year. But I'm excited to see where this title goes. Whether it could be anyone. Naro, you might be the one at the end who's like, I got the fucking title. Who knows?
I want to do a.
Dude, that'd be nuts.
I would love to do a league where, at some point, I was thinking about this today, where the moment you're mathematically eliminated, you drop your whole team. And the way to make it fair, because obviously there's a waiver order, is that drop your whole team at once, and then we figure out whenever those players come off waivers, and then at a set time on that day, you're up for grabs, and then everybody's trying to get in and snag them up.
Oh boy,
we need to do bids for that though, just to keep it interesting, because just going to war for it's hard. So we gotta.
that'd be fun though.
I think next season I'm going to introduce the whole bids for your free agents.
Fab. Oh man, that's tough. So
But,
I was actually in a league where we did that same thing that Nara was saying, but we did it all year long, and it was for 2 years we did it. So it would be Tuesday nights at midnight. Everybody that was available would be addable, and there wasn't a priority system. So I remember there'd be certain times I used to have weird days off in the Air Force, and there was a season where I was off Wednesday, Thursday. I was off on Wednesdays, so I was up there staying up late. I would pick up whoever I wanted. Even if I had one, or I was a one seed or whatnot, like it was crazy. But there were definitely people. There were definitely people that are going to be upset because they're never going to be able to stay awake. But it's like, how much do you care then?
Yeah, you clearly don't care about this.
One thing we could do though is we could do it to where that team drops all their players, and then whoever has the lowest points, we go from lowest point scored to highest, gets first crack.
Even if the lowest, the third is because I have the second lowest points, right?
Yeah, so then you would get a crack.
Still get a second crack.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a possibility.
We'll work on that for next season. We'll kind of change it up, keep it fresh every year. We'll try to find fresh every year.
There's one thing that I want to try. I don't know if we try it here, but instead of playing one person, you have 2 games every week. So you go head to head with somebody, and then you also go head to head against the whole league. So how it works is, if you win your matchup, you get a point, and then if you are in the top half of scoring, you get another point. So you can end up with 2 wins, and that kind of avoids situations that we have with the points scored tiebreakers. Because let's say Francis doesn't get in, he's gonna have the third most points scored in this league and miss the playoffs. So it kind of rewards, because the whole point is to score as many points as possible. So
right, of course.
I've heard of that. I forgot what the term was, but that's something that I would consider doing too, because it rewards the teams that score high, but maybe just played the number 1 scoring team in the league that week.
No, definitely. I think it's cool to add things to keep it interesting, because fantasy is fun, but if you kind of keep with the same format, it does get boring a bit. So to keep it fresh and everyone on their toes, I think that's necessary. So next season, we'll definitely cook something up for that. But before we move on from fantasy, I'm going to be collecting all dues soon, because there's some people who still haven't paid. So we're going to have to collect. I don't care if you're not going to make it in the playoffs. You're still paying. So I'll message him. We'll figure it out. Yeah, everyone here paid. Oh, we're good.
Yeah.
Francis is not here, but he paid.
Yeah.
But everyone else, we know who paid. We'll get to it. But yeah.
We'll come knocking down doors.
Don't worry.
Oh man. Well, with that pushed aside, let's go on to our Week 14 preview. Our Week 14 schedule. Let's bring it on up. Naro, why don't you run us down this schedule for us right here? I know.
Yeah. Hey, Naro, why don't you kick that off?
Yeah. Why don't you tell us about what happened to your Steelers?
Fine, I'll go now. We played like dog in the beginning of the game, but then the Patriots didn't score. Then we started trying to come back, and then we got screwed by the refs. I've been talking about it all year. Twice. Okay, so this is what I'll say. The Steelers lost because they played like crap in the beginning of the game, and they don't have their quarterback. And there's a lot of injuries in the middle linebacker position too. Like,
what's your favorite quarterback, though?
I can't stand him, dude. It's beyond me on how he's still in the league, man. Every time he plays, I know he's going to throw an interception. I know he's going to.
Trubisky.
Terrible. So here's the thing: the Steelers they have 4 middle linebackers out for the rest of the season. So it's hard when you have you're just completely depleted on the linebacker position, and then you got these other guys. They did step up though today. Walker got a pick. He's so freaking slow though. Oh my god, he could have easily had a pick 6, but he's so freaking slow. They lost because they didn't play well in the beginning of the game. I'm upset because they had a chance to come back and win the game, and they got screwed by the refs twice. The first one, everyone knows that a long snapper lifts his head up, and he didn't even snap it up. He lifted his head up normally, and the guy off sides. The guy knew he jumped off sides. He knew he screwed up. The entire stadium was ready for a first down, and they called a first down.
Man.
That was crazy. The other one wasn't as a Hail Mary deep shot that, again, there was a pass interference that wasn't called.
4th and 2.
I understand that there was on 4th and 2. I get it. Trust me, I understand that part. But that was a pass interference. At least that was clear pass interference. He had his hand down and his other arm, and he couldn't get around. So,
as a Deontay Johnson owner, I'm with you. That was pass interference.
That was pass interference. Don't do this to me. We can get into this right now. Producer, pull it up. I'm kidding. But
what up, Chef?
It's crappy, man. The Steelers lost to a 2-10 team two games in a row. So without Kenny, we are not getting into the playoffs. So I'm hoping he gets back at some point. We're not going to the Super Bowl, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, so now we're going.
Not with that attitude.
Now we're going to the teams that still have the ball.
Hold on, I do want to say one thing though. There was a moment.
They screwed the pooch.
There was a moment in that game tonight where Tomlin had the chance to kick the field goal and make it a 1-possession game, and he didn't. To me, you got to take the points there in a defensive battle. You know it's a defensive battle. Like, you got to take the points and get it close. Make it tighter on the opposing team. And you're at home.
I know which one you're talking about. That's fair enough. But we were so down that he was like just. But you're right. It would have been a completely different game because we did get that.
Left 3 points on the board, man.
That's true. So rest of the games: Bucks, Falcons. Well, that just is whatever. It's a NFC South game. Lions, Bears. This will be interesting. It was interesting last time. It'll be interesting this time.
That's true.
The Colts, Bengals. Listen, Browning's actually playing decent.
Hey,
terrible. So,
Browning looked good.
So the Bengals have a shot now to make it into the playoffs. So we thought they were over without what's his name, but whatever.
If your team needs a quarterback, pick up Browning.
I got a question. Is Joe Burrow a system quarterback now?
Ooh.
The quarterback. You mean the second?
Is Joe Burrow a system quarterback? Because Browning stepped right in, looked just as good, right? He was accurate, hitting all his passes, making that offense run smoothly.
I
I
think
don't know. People are talking.
there could be a case for that.
That's possible. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. System quarterback would be crazy. I mean, listen,
That's wild. I'm just kidding.
We'll let the year play out. We'll see how that. Another backup quarterback battle. The backup quarterback battle of Colts Bengals. We got a backup quarterback battle of the Jags versus the Browns. Or Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
You got another AFC South game. Then we go to the Jets versus Houston. The Texans are on a roll right now.
Yeah.
The Rams versus the Ravens. I think the Rams versus the Ravens is going to be a lot closer than what people are looking at it. I think it'll be a lot closer than that. We'll let
in Baltimore. Huh?
Let
10 a.m.
We'll let that play out. Vikings Raiders, two mildly hot teams, kind of playing with each other. We'll see. The San Francisco Seahawks game is going to be a big game. Where's this game?
San Fran.
San Fran. All right, that's going to be an important game. Bills Chiefs. I feel as if the Bills lose this game, they're done for this game.
Whoa.
So, I'm just saying. But that'll be a good game. Broncos Chargers. That'll be a decent game. They always it's a battle. So those
divisional.
two will play each other. Yeah, the game. The Eagles Cowboys. I feel like for everybody, this is the game of the week.
It's our collision course.
Yep.
This is the collision course we talked about earlier. The Eagles have a chance to lose their number one seed right here.
Yep. Yeah, they do.
Have a chance to actually prove themselves against the real team. So we'll see. Titans Dolphins. Dolphins number one seed in the AFC right now. So the Dolphins only have themselves to lose it. Isn't that crazy?
That's so nuts.
And then Green Bay Giants. Is that the Monday Night Football game?
There's two Monday Night Football games.
Did I go this way?
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh, there is Monday Night Football games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Green Bay Giants. I'll give you guys my pick for that one later. But that's the schedule coming up. There's some really decisive games coming up. At Jags,
very important games.
Important game.
I think every team got
the Colts Bengals game is going to be.
Colts Bengals game is important. Bills Chiefs, the Denver Chargers, Eagles, Cowboys. Those are like the most important ones. And then kind of Minnesota and Vegas, and kind of Buccaneers and Falcons.
Yeah, I see.
Pretty much any team that has an AFC team in it, and then the Eagles and Cowboys.
Yeah. Got a good week of football coming up, especially with a doubleheader for Monday Night Football.
It's gonna be fun.
Gotta love that.
Trucking football, baby.
Yep. So sorry, Naro, about your Steelers. We're gonna have to take that out of the quick hitters for the week.
For the record, I had Patriots. Just want to throw it out there.
You did?
Yeah.
For the record, it's not going on the record.
It did. Let's pull up a quick hitter score from last week.
I'm just an honest guy, all right? I'm an honest man through and through. I had the Patriots, and I was already prepared for you to be like, oh, you know what happens when you pick the Patriots? Yeah.
Oh man, Naro winning big. I think it was your first big win of the season.
Out of it, that's like the biggest. That's the biggest margin I've had this season. I'm actually starting to pull away from Proper. I'm now 2 up on him. So Zach with 8, Proper with 7, myself with 10. Francis, we have the feeling that you were paying for your picks in the middle of the season. Well, you're gonna have to come out here and figure out the speculations. You gotta fight over yourself. He's
definitely paying for his picks. Yeah.
Well, I have his quick hitters here, so when we're ready to run them through, I'll be saying what his picks are. So,
all right,
when you're ready, let's go ahead and run these quick hitters. All right, Zach, run us through it. Obviously,
All right.
Patriots and Steelers are done, so let's go ahead with the Bucks Falcons. Start there.
I'm gonna go Falcons.
Francis picks the Bucks. I'm going Falcons.
I am also going to go Falcons. Francis, you're already starting off tough, man.
Jeez, this guy. I mean, if it was in Tampa, maybe. I don't know. Lions, Bears. Give me the Lions.
Yeah, Lions need to.
Lions. Francis picks the Lions as well.
Yep.
So everyone's going Lions. That's your first pick for your parlay, Francis?
There's that cave parlay. Colts, Bengals. I'm going to go Bengals.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go Bengals. Francis got the Colts.
All right. Colts. Bengals. All right.
Jags, Browns. Give me the Jaguars.
It's hard, man. This one's hard.
Yeah. I'm going with the Jags again, too.
This is going to be like a fucking 14-13 game or some shit like that.
I mean, last week it wasn't, though, right?
I'm going with the Browns.
And Trevor went out at the third.
Yeah, it was a pretty high-scoring game on Monday Night Football, but both these defenses I think they're going to hold. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to go Jags.
I'm going Browns. Browns defense is pretty good. I know it's two backup quarterbacks, but backup quarterback against the Browns defense could be troublesome for him. So we'll see. But Francis picks the Jags for this one.
Okay. Panthers, Saints. Give me the Saints.
Yep.
Francis going Saints. I'm going Saints. So that's a parlay right there.
Ooh, number 2. Parcave. Here's probably another one. Give me the Texans over the Jets.
Francis chose the Texans. I'm going Texans.
I'm running the Texans.
Nathaniel Hackett can't call plays for shit.
Oh man, I just noticed back-to-back games at MetLife on back-to-back days. Please no injuries. Please no injuries.
Don't touch it with my coat.
Shut up, fool.
Rams, Ravens. Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm
going Ravens. So Francis got Ravens too. I will try not to judge your answers when it comes to the Cowboys and Eagles matchup. All right, Chef.
I think Chef might be a little bit surprised. We'll see when we get there.
Who you got then, Chef?
Vikings, Raiders. Give me the Raiders.
No.
Give me the Vikings.
I'm going Vikings. Bro.
No, I'm going Vikings. Genesis back.
Yeah.
But
Francis has Raiders. Francis picked the Raiders.
Look, I'm off a bye.
Yeah.
Is Jacoby Myers a play? Would you guys?
Are you asking for fantasy advice, dude?
Yeah.
Who are you playing this week?
Gordon Bombay.
Oh, it doesn't matter who you play, dude. Hey, shots fired. Sorry, dude. Sorry, Gordon. You did not deserve that.
I've been with him all season. 4 games, so I can't really say anything.
Seahawks, Niners. Give me the Niners.
Niners.
Yep.
Yeah, Francis has the same pick, 49ers. I know it was probably hard for him to pick that, but he chose the Niners.
Oh, Bills, Chiefs. Give me the Bills.
You know what?
My automobiles. Yeah, Bills. Francis got Bills.
Yep.
Add that to the parcave.
This might be the Destiny's Child pick. Bills, huh?
I don't think you do. So we are through.
Mahomes is through.
Oh,
dang.
Kelsey
bad.
and Swift are through. Yeah, right.
No, that election's forever.
Damn.
What happened?
Whatever, man.
That streak ended. She was at the game. She was at the
they lost.
day game.
Yeah.
And they lost.
Oh,
Well, I mean, they had to lose, right? It's for the script.
I mean, you think there's
Because
bad blood
sports
now?
is fake and gay, huh?
I said, do you think there's bad blood now brewing over there in Casey?
Oh, run it! I know you.
No? No bad blood? Oh, okay. I only know a couple songs. I think the Chiefs. I mean, they could shake it off, but I'm not sure.
This guy's like in that one movie, The Other Guys, where Michael Keaton just starts saying all TLC.
Hey, I don't want those scrubs.
Hey, don't go chasing waterfalls.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta creep. Creep.
Are you quoting TLC songs? What are you talking about?
I love that movie. Dude, Mike Keaton kills it. He's like the most underrated part of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is.
All right, Broncos Chargers. Give me
All right,
the
guys.
Chargers.
I'm calling Denver.
Of course you are. Are you gonna be at that game?
I want to.
Keep your ass away from SoFi, bro. Get out of there. Don't even go.
No, I need to go because every time I go,
No,
we win.
don't go.
No. We didn't win last time, though.
Hey, we don't watch you at SoFi. Stay home, bro. Dude, comfort of your own home. We're not gonna do it. Stay home.
Oh no!
Don't spend your money, dude. Christmas is coming out, bro. Save your money.
Yeah, you're right, but you know what? We're still winning that. But Francis got Chargers on that.
Okay.
Who won the first game?
What does Naro have on that? It's the first time they're playing.
Oh, it's the first time they're playing?
Yeah, they played twice in 4 weeks.
That's crazy. Okay. Shoot. I don't like that. That hurts. Broncos.
Brandon Staley's fucking up. Come on, guys.
He's playing his former team, dude. I don't think he's lost to his former team yet.
He barely won against the Patriots.
Hey, shut out the same team that just beat the Steelers on the road.
Shut up.
Don't make the
Was that?
Sorry, Dar. You had to catch strays on that one. I apologize. I'm just saying, dude. I'm calling it like I see it, man. They only scored 6 points, but yeah, it was against the best defense, the least scoring defense in the league in the last 4 weeks. So I mean, there's ways you can look at these things. All right, anything can be viewed positively depending on how your perspective is.
All right,
give me the week. Eagles, Cowboys.
Eagles, Cowboys.
Eagles, Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys.
Chef chimed in just a moment ago saying he's going for the Cowboys. Cowboys all day. I bleed blue and silver all day. You might want to get that checked, bro.
For weeks. Yeah, technically your blood is blue, right? When you look at it, your veins,
yeah,
it's blue, and
going on with that silver.
Yeah,
silver. Francis picks the Cowboys. No, I'm just kidding. He's obviously going with the Eagles.
the win for this game, dude.
Yeah, they need this one. I'm going Eagles.
Dang!
It's a bounce back. It's a bounce back.
Cry, Eagles, cry.
Yeah, oh hell yeah, it is. You know, these are the two apparently survey came out. These annoying fan bases in the entire league, which I can 100% see. I couldn't stand all the crap from the Niners game this week. Oh,
what?
The Eagles are killing me.
What do you mean? What crap?
Proper. I'm disappointed. I'm sorry.
About the Niners.
I'm not a Cowboys fan. You guys haven't even beat us since '95.
No.
So
hey, those Eagles fans are no joke, man. They about that life.
Dude, this one guy, I saw a video. He was talking. He was like, "Oh, you ain't nothing." All this people talking all that trash, and then when they lost, he was like, "Ooh, congratulations! You won the regular season game." Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, same energy, bro. Same energy, bro. All right, Titans, Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins.
Yep, got the Fins.
Smart,
Francis got the Fins. I think this is a hard cave. What?
What's the one?
What's the Titans record?
Not
I
good.
don't know, but they're about to lose this one too.
Like 4-8, I think.
Yeah, I think they only got 4 wins.
Okay, if they were winning,
I mean, they should have won that game last week. I'm really upset
I
at them.
know.
They had that game won. They should have beaten the Colts, but they blew it. I'm surprised they put up 28 on the Colts too. By the way, that was kind of
the Titans are 4-8. Yes, they're 4-8.
Yeah.
Who did legit Naro pick? He chose the Eagles.
He picked Eagles. I'm the only one riding with the boys, Chef. Got you, dog.
No.
Got you. Cowboys have. Hey, I'm gonna go on record right now. I'm gonna say this. There's a lot of talk about MVP. Dak might end up being the MVP this year.
Kind of a hot take, but I can see why.
Either Tyreek or CMC.
No love for Brock Purdy? I think Brock Purdy's.
I mean, he checks down too much, and he doesn't. Whatever. Brock's good, but he's not. I don't think he'll be in the MVP. Like, he might be top 5 at the end of the season, but he won't be in like the finalists. Like, you know, like they do for Heisman, where they have like the final 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to be CMC, Tyreek, and Dak, if I had to guess.
Okay.
Oh, Stroud too. Stroud should be in there.
Oh yeah.
If they end up winning that division, oof. See, so we could have 2 Texas quarterbacks, man. Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
Chef says, bro, if he keeps it up, it's a possibility, but Purdy is on the real is doing a great job. I mean, yeah, so Purdy's leading a dominant team right now, and Dak is making things work for the Cowboys. It hasn't been pretty for him, but he's making shit work.
Yeah. Coming in at the right time, too, and tearing it up. So, last game of the slate here, Packers against the Giants. Give me Green Bay. Again, second game at MetLife in as many days. It's going to be a tough field. Something to look out for. I might take the under in this game, too.
I'm going Green Bay as well. Francis is going Giants. Wow.
Wow.
Give it an Owen Wilson. Wow.
Are you sure?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, dog, I already plan on hitting all my picks this week, so I'm gonna throw you guys a bone and pick. Oh no! Just wait till next week, dog. When that costume comes in, I can't wait. I love it.
I love it.
Hey, his background is perfect, man. Gold too. Like, you didn't even add any color to that. That's how his background looks.
What is he in the 49ers locker room? He's a beat reporter.
Francois. Yeah, but yeah, give me the Packers.
Yeah, Packers it is.
And Slava Giants.
Giants. Fucking up the parlay, dude. Or the Park Cave.
Park Cave. What is that? Park Cave?
Why would you pick?
Oh.
Did he have a pick this week? He didn't have a pick, huh?
No, he said he didn't have a pick this week. He didn't have time to study the lines, so
Clearly.
We'll catch him next week. He has to come with 2 next week then.
I'm sure you can come up with something. All right. Well, there's our quick hitters for everyone, and that's about what wraps up this sports episode for us. Before we sign off, you guys have any closing things you guys want to talk about before we watch Week 14 unfold?
Let Naro go first.
Yeah, I still vote that someone needs to come up with the ability to challenge a penalty because it's getting fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is. It's so frustrating watching every week just stupid penalty calls or like things that shouldn't have been called and they're calling. I don't know. It's like you said, there needs to be some sort of accountability for these refs, but there isn't because it's all slap on the wrist for them, really. Maybe they get in trouble. They just say, hey, go read the handbook. And they read it. And they're like, okay, we're good.
Yeah. I mean, really, the only thing that they have that goes against them is, like, they don't get selected for, postseason assignments. But whatever. Last thoughts for me, non-football related. Shout out to the Lakers advancing to the finals of the in-season tournament. They're playing the Pacers this weekend in Vegas. Where the heck is Shohei going to sign in baseball, dude? Shohei is supposed to make a decision by the weekend, so this time next year or next week.
I don't know. Let's ask Chef real quick. Chef, he's watching.
Yeah,
he's
Chef, any thoughts on where Tony's going to land?
Where's Shohei going? We'll wait for his reply. Let's
The Braves.
let's just shoot the shit real quick. Yeah, I mean he'll.
I already said Braves. I mean,
I don't know shit about baseball, so I don't know shit about fuck. So, Dodgers.
Dodgers. Ugh. Yeah, that's what everyone's saying.
No,
That's easy
I
move
do
for
have
him.
one more thing before we wrap it up. Shout out to One Piece for making it onto the NFL.
Big anime fan, Naro. He's got a big
Shout
crush
out.
on Nico Robin.
Shout out anime.
Look at his anime stuff in the background. Yep. And no, he's not single. He's actually engaged, everyone. So
He's got a woman. This guy right here.
oh man.
Down there.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, that about wraps it up for all of us. Thank you all for tuning in, especially you, Chef, and Christopher checking in earlier. We appreciate you guys for coming in and hanging out with us for the hour. If you're new here and you want to continue the discussion, visit k4v3.com to join our Discord and connect with the sports crew. That's k4v3.com/5P0RT5. That's sports. And on your way out, please visit our sponsor, SafeLightCandle.com, for all your LED lighting needs. If you're a streamer, podcaster, or just need some lights to spice up your living area, hit them up. They got lighting for very affordable prices. You'd be shocked at how cheap they are. Please visit SafeLightCandle.com so you can stay lit for the Lolo. I am your host proper, joined by the homies, Legit Naro and Feel the Burn. We are signing off. See you next week, everybody.
Peace out.
Hey.
And proper, if you do want to save money and not go to the game, you could always get the Safe Light Candle and get some candles, save some money.
Oh, yeah, okay.